What's up, YouTube? This is Mathwas97 and welcome to episode number 90 of my WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. And we're not wasting any time. We're getting right to the action in this one. And in case you're wondering, well, whoa, where's the United States Championship Open Challenge? It always kicks off the episode. What's happening? Is there no Open Challenge this week? What is going on? Well, don't fret, don't worry. There will be a United States Championship Open Challenge to this one. There was just a bit of a mishap, I guess you could say, with recording. So instead, it's going to be the main event to this episode. And heck, it's the final episode of Monday Night Raw for the 2K15 season. So I think we should go out with a bang. Let's go ahead and save the best for last. Let's have the United States Championship Open Challenge in the main event. Why not? And this is going to be a special one because it's a special episode of Raw. And here we can see, well, a very special man, as he's a Hollywood movie star, baby. It is The Miz. That is right. Remember the movie? Remember the movie that The Miz had left to film several months ago, and then he came back and he ended up facing Adam Rose on main event. Remember that movie? Yes, that movie has finally hit theaters, and The Miz, he is living it up. He's been living it up in Hollywood for the past couple of weeks. He's been enjoying himself, and now he has come back, and he is a new man. And he's, if he wasn't arrogant and annoying enough, well, I think he'll be much more confident in himself. He'll be a lot more self-confident now that he's had this big blockbuster film. Yeah, he's certainly going to be living it up. But tonight he's taking on Curtis Axel, who is amping himself up for the Money in the Bank ladder match this Sunday at Money in the Bank. Of course, he's going to be competing against 5 other men: Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, Corey Graves, and Roman Reigns. That's going to be big. And of course, next episode, being the final episode of main event of the season of Universe Mode, the 2K15 series, you could say. But we're going to see all 6 men who will be competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match. They're going to be competing in a 6-man tag team matchup. That is going to be big. That's going to be epic. Be sure to stay tuned for that episode. And I want to make one more final announcement. We do have a bit of an addition to the match card for Money in the Bank. As following what went down last week on Monday Night Raw, we saw Ryback and Dolph Ziggler team up to take on Edge and Christian. And following that matchup, after Raw had went off the air, there was a bit of an altercation backstage between Captain Charisma and the big guy. So at Money in the Bank, you know, there was actually a bit of almost a scuffle began to ensue. We had to get security there to bring that to a close. So at Money in the Bank, we're going to see Christian go one-on-one with Ryback. And it's fitting that almost a year ago, Ryback defeated Christian for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. So almost revisiting history, so to say, this Sunday at Money in the Bank. So that's going to be big. We got a lot set to take place at Money in the Bank, so of course, be sure to stay tuned for that pay-per-view when it does drop. It's going to be the final episode of Universe Mode for this season. 2K16 is just around the corner, and I am hyped, baby. I am ready to get this 2K16 season underway. I hope you're all excited. I hope you're ready to go. Although, depending on when Money in the Bank does get uploaded, because I'm actually doing these commentaries, or at least this one, I'm actually doing it pretty far in advance, just because recently I haven't had a lot of time to record the commentaries, and I actually had a ton of time to record commentaries, so I am getting them done as long as I can, so that way I have them ready. They are guaranteed to upload, so I don't end up missing out on any episodes of the series prior to 2K16's release. So maybe, depending on how much time there is, I might have the time to do a season finale episode like I did last year. Although I don't really think I want to do that this year. I think I want Money in the Bank to be the be-all, end-all of 2K15. Just because that way, when we go out with the best damn thing we've produced this series. Or at least that's what my hopes are for Money in the Bank. I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like we've been doing a good job at progressing since the beginning of this series, and I feel like definitely since Extreme Rules, we've had a real sense of build-up heading into SummerSlam. So hopefully Money in the Bank, it can be a good sort of finale, a season finale for Universe Mode, and we can get you all amped up for 2K16. But now focusing on the match at hand. Miz went for the cover. Curtis Axel kicking at it too. Keeping himself alive in this matchup. As Miz, counter by Axel. Axel with a huge punch right to the face of the Miz. Oh, and now a knee right to that Hollywood mug of the Miz. And Miz, well, I'm sure he's going to want to try to protect that face in the coming weeks, especially now that, he's been on the big screen. But Curtis Axel now with the swinging cutter takes the Miz down, and he's about to put him out for good as Axel, counter by the Miz. Axel was looking for something big, but Miz, he was able to get out of the way. And now Axel with a counter of his own, taking the Miz down. Miz now trying to get back to his feet. But an elbow right to the face of Curtis Axel. And here's Miz. Neck breaker right there to Curtis Axel as I burped as I said that. Ugh, that's never fun. Wait a minute. A huge punch to the face by Miz. But wait a minute. What is Axel doing? Curtis Axel. He's hulking up. Curtis Axel, he's feeling it. Axel Mania is running wild. And here's Axel, punches to the face. Big boot from Axel as the Miz gets dropped. And a leg drop from Curtis Axel as he hooks the leg. 2 count, and that is it. Good night, sweet prince. Curtis Axel has just defeated the Miz, and what a turn of events that was for Curtis Axel, as he was really getting fired up there, and it was enough to put away the Miz. Wow, what a comeback there from Axel. As Axel, he builds some last-minute, much-needed momentum heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match, as Axel could be one of the underdogs heading into that matchup. I mean, we have a lot of big names in that matchup. Axel, he's got the opportunity of a lifetime, because if he wins the Money in the Bank ladder match, he could be a future World Heavyweight Champion. And we know that since Axel came to Raw, his goal has been to become World Champion. And if he can do that, if he can win Money in the Bank, he will just be one step closer to achieving that ultimate goal. So Curtis Axel, he can celebrate tonight and get prepared for the pay-per-view. Well, this is the final episode of Monday Night Raw before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and we've got some big announcements. Of course, the first being made just earlier on in the last matchup, that Christian and Ryback will go one-on-one. They are going to compete against each other at Money in the Bank, but that's not all, because we've got the World Heavyweight Championship matchup between Dolph Ziggler and Edge. And it was made official. News just broke recently on WWE.com that the world title will be defended in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. That is right. Edge, he chose this stipulation, and Dolph Ziggler agreed, so that the world title will be hanging above the ring, and the ring will be surrounded by tables, ladders, and chairs. That is a game changer for Money in the Bank. I hope you're excited. And now it is time for the main event of the evening. We're here in Detroit, Michigan, of course, for the final episode, the home of Monday Night Raw here tonight. The final episode of Raw here for 2K15. And we've got another United States Open Challenge. And this is going to be big. This is going to be a huge open challenge. I just got a feeling that Cesaro, he's going to be facing one heck of a challenger tonight. I mean, we've seen that the opponents have been stepping up. They've been getting bigger and better and badder than ever. And Cesaro, he's been game enough to... Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Speaking of huge opponents, Cesaro, one of his opponents this Sunday in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Daniel Bryan, and chant along with me, yes, yes, yes! Daniel Bryan, he's here, and he has accepted the Cesaro Open Challenge for the United States Championship. Wow, can you believe it? Are you excited? I am hyped. I am super excited for this matchup. The crowd, they are electric. Yes, 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 I am. Wow, this crowd, there's only one. Oh my goodness, this is unreal. Cesaro and Daniel Bryan here in the main event of Monday Night Raw. They are going to compete for that coveted United States Championship. Wow. This is a game changer. This is a game changer heading into Money in the Bank. Imagine if Daniel Bryan could defeat Cesaro, win the United States Championship, and then go on to win Money in the Bank. This would be the week of Daniel Bryan's career here in the series. Oh, and you see the crowd there on their feet. They are super pumped for this matchup as Bryan and Cesaro staring each other down. And there is tremendous respect between these two men. Both men very talented competitors in that ring. And here we go. Bryan and Cesaro locking up in the center of the ring. Which one's going to come out with the advantage? And it is Cesaro, as Cesaro takes down Daniel Bryan, as he's got him right now in a headlock. But Bryan now has Cesaro in a head scissors. A nice bit of chain grappling here between the two. Cesaro now back to the headlock, as he's back out of it. He's back out of it. Oh, and a huge punch right to the face of Bryan as the two men separate. And Cesaro, with a European uppercut, staggers Daniel Bryan as the yes man now with a counter. Oh, a counter by the Swiss Superman! And a German suplex, taking down Daniel Bryan. As Cesaro now dragging Bryan to the center of the ring. Here we go, rubbing Bryan's face into the mat. And elbow drop right between the shoulder blades of Daniel Bryan. That is signature Cesaro right there. And oh, a European uppercut, a devastating impact behind that one. As Cesaro now picking Bryan up to his feet. Here we go, another European uppercut by Cesaro. That is trademark Cesaro. Counter with a nice forearm shot to the face. And now Daniel Bryan back with a flurry of strikes of his own. And now look at this, he scoops up Cesaro and slams him over there into those ropes. Nice move there by Cesaro, or by Daniel Bryan. Nice ring presence, using those ropes to add some extra impact on that one. But now it's Cesaro back on the offensive. And look at this, he's got the legs of Daniel Bryan all wrapped up. What is this? Oh, what a move by Cesaro. Really torquing the legs of Daniel Bryan, putting so much pressure there on the joints. And now another European uppercut by Cesaro. But now Bryan counters. Cesaro bounces off the turnbuckle, and Daniel Bryan charges at him with a flying elbow. And now Daniel Bryan to the top rope. Look at this. Diving missile dropkick from Daniel Bryan. And yes, Daniel Bryan firing up the WWE Universe. The crowd, they don't know who to root for in this matchup. It's a battle between two of the biggest superstars here on Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. And the fans, well, they want to cheer for both of them. They don't want to see either of these two men lose here tonight. And Bryan, another dropkick from the top rope. Daniel Bryan just letting the adrenaline take over, and he is on fire right now. Cesaro's in trouble. Bryan, Northern Light suplex into the bridge. 1, 2, but a kick out by Cesaro just before the 2 count. As now Bryan looking for a neck breaker counter by Cesaro with the elbow to the head, and another European uppercut, and a double foot stomp right to the gut of Daniel Bryan. And Cesaro now drops the knee right into the skull, the face of Daniel Bryan. And Cesaro, another European uppercut. Cesaro just relentless with those European uppercuts, but a counter from Daniel Bryan. And now, look at this. Bryan with a German suplex, and he takes down Cesaro. As now Daniel Bryan, what's he gonna do? Kick to the leg, and this is vintage Daniel Bryan with the kicks straight to the chest of Cesaro. And now one more to the face of the Swiss Superman, and he may have just found Superman's kryptonite. Cover, new US champ right here. No, not yet. Cesaro kicks out at 2.5. And now Bryan looking for a DDT perhaps, but we don't know because it was countered by Cesaro, and another European uppercut. And now Cesaro, what's he thinking? What's he gonna do? He's dragging Bryan over to the ropes. Oh, wait a minute. He's got him up. Looking for that suplex. And he hangs Bryan out to dry on the ropes. Beautiful move there from Cesaro, becoming almost a trademark move in his arsenal now as he flips him over. Oh, and Cesaro, are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? Gut-wrench suplex. Oh, but Cesaro's not done. He's still got it hooked. And, well, let's face it, everybody loves a good gut-wrench. So why not give the fans what they came to see as Cesaro, the triple suplex combination, connects and completes to great effect. And now Cesaro, oh, wait a minute. He's calling for the Cesaro swing. Cesaro. Oh, this is not going to be good for Daniel Bryan. I should say Daniel Bryan, this is not a ride he would want to take twice. This is not a ride he wants to take at all, because once you get on, you can't get off. But Bryan was able to counter. He was able to get back to his feet and prevent Cesaro from getting him in position for that swing. And now Bryan hooks the arms. Oh, and he's got him underhooked for the double underhook suplex. Planting Cesaro smack dab in the center of the ring. And now Daniel Bryan going after the arm here. Elbows right to the shoulder of Cesaro, trying to perhaps cut down the power game of the King of Swing. As well, you want to take away Cesaro's ability to nail those vicious uppercuts. Another Northern Light suplex and another kick out by Cesaro. Because as I've said before, Cesaro is just an uppercutting machine, and if you can take away those arms, you take away his ability to uppercut you. But Cesaro, he doesn't care. Bryan, he's going to have to do more damage than that because Cesaro's still firing away. And now he's got him hooked. Look at this, Michinoku driver, and now hooks the leg on Bryan. 2 count, but a kick out again by Bryan. Near fall after near fall in this matchup. And of course the United States Championship is on the line. Counter from Bryan with that beautiful elbow to the side of the head. And now working on the arm again of Cesaro here. Perhaps soften him up, even if you're not going for trying to take away the uppercuts. Just soften him up perhaps for the yes lock. Counter from Cesaro. And an elbow shot to the face. And Northern Light suplex of his own into a bridge. 1, 2, no! Kick out again from Daniel Bryan. As this is just very back and forth between these two men. Neither man can afford to give an inch. Counter from Bryan. Blocks the suplex attempt. And now Bryan, kick to the gut. Oh, and a huge enziguri to the back of Cesaro's head. Daniel Bryan, look at this. He's got the advantage now. Cesaro could be in trouble as Bryan has him up against the ropes. And Cesaro's going to be tossed out to the floor. And Daniel Bryan, we know what's coming next. He's fired up. He's ready to go. He's looking to the universe for support. Daniel Bryan measuring his man off the ropes. And a suicide dive through the ropes to the outside. Daniel Bryan putting his body on the line. And boy, did it pay off. Cesaro pays the price as Daniel Bryan launches himself to full effect and takes Cesaro out. And Daniel Bryan, you can see, that only just fired him up even more. That adrenaline rush continues to build and build. The crowd, they are on their feet. They are in support of Daniel Bryan right now as Bryan continues to feed off the energy of the WWE Universe. Big boot right to the skull of Cesaro. Back inside the ring now as he picks the Swiss Superman up to his feet. And Bryan now sends him off the ropes. What could he be thinking here? Oh, wait, a counter. Counter by Cesaro. Inside cradle. Hooks the leg. 2 count. Oh, but now Bryan shifts the weight. Here we go. 2 count. And Cesaro kicks out at 2. Oh, that was a close call for both men. As Bryan, he almost got caught off guard, but then it was Cesaro who was almost taken by surprise. Cesaro now counters with a strike to the face. And look at this. He's measuring Bryan. Got him up on his shoulders. Oh, and he's looking for the fireman's carry slam. Impact straight into the mat. Daniel Bryan absolutely laid out by the Swiss Superman. And Cesaro now has him, and he's positioning him up against the ropes. Could be looking for that springboard European uppercut. Here we go. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Daniel Bryan. Bryan countered it. Bryan saw it coming. He had it scouted, and now the yes lock. The yes lock is applied. Cesaro, he's trapped. I don't know if he's going to be able to reach the rope. He's crawling. Can he hang on? Daniel Bryan, he's just moments away from becoming new United States Champion. No. Cesaro, able to crawl, able to reach that bottom rope with every last gasp, every last inch, everything he had left. He was able to crawl to that bottom rope, and he manages to survive. But now that really took a lot out of Cesaro, and here comes Daniel Bryan, still with a full head of steam. Just because Cesaro broke out of the yes locks, Daniel Bryan continues to fight on. He did not hesitating for a single second as he took him down with a flying elbow. And Daniel Bryan going to the top rope. Could be looking for the diving headbutt. Are we going to see a flying goat? No, wait a minute. Cesaro! Cesaro back to his feet. And a European uppercut caught Bryan by surprise. Cesaro hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No! Are you kidding me? Daniel Bryan just kicked out at 2. Oh my God. What is it going to take to put either of these men away? Bryan now suplexed across the ring. Cesaro, he can't believe it. He's got to be in disbelief, but just like Daniel Bryan, he continues to fight. Huge European uppercuts. Cesaro showing no hesitation. And oh, perhaps we're looking for the Cesaro swing? No, Bryan's just a bit out of position. Cesaro, he's going to have to put him somewhere else if he wants to swing him. As now, no, he's not going for the swing. He tosses him over the top rope. Oh, could be looking for that superplex from the apron. We've seen it before. Bryan, though, counters. Huge elbow shot to the face and a drop kick. Springboard dropkick from Daniel Bryan. As this matchup, these two continue to go back and forth. Bryan again, going to the top rope. Can he hit it this time? Flying goat. Is it going to connect? Bryan, headbutt off the top rope. And this time he connects. And Cesaro's out of it. Daniel Bryan goes to the corner. Yes! 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 Bryan, if he hits this, it's all over! No encounter! Cesaro sidesteps. And Bryan, he's caught off guard. Cesaro's got him. He's got him hooked. Cesaro, can he plant him? Neutralizer! Neutralizer from the Swiss Superman. And that could be the final blow. That could be the finishing touch to this match. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. What a match. What a match between these two men. I dare say they stole the show. It's got to be a candidate for match of the year. Wow. What a performance between Daniel Bryan and Cesaro here tonight. They put it all on the line. And to think these two men still have to compete at Money in the Bank with the kind of performance they just had. A tremendous amount of respect has to have just been developed between these two men. And, you know, we saw Roman Reigns and Cesaro. They put on a stellar performance on Main Event. Well, Cesaro, he can just put on these 5-star matches with anybody, it seems. Cesaro is just, without a doubt, one of the greatest in-ring competitors in the WWE today. He's one of Universe Mode's brightest young stars. And, well, he's not the future. He is the present. Cesaro has got to be one of the best at this point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Universe Mode. It was a big matchup to Main Event, the final episode overall, and hopefully it worked out for all of you. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.